Morning everyone, this is me back in my shed for the Isolation Pub Session week 15. It's a lot of pub sessions. I'm going to have to do another one of those compilation videos at some point to stick them all together and so you can have another long session. But we're going to add to it this week with a few tunes. I just want to point out before I get going that the microphone is just there out of shot and the roof is just above it. It's a metal roof and we've been having rain showers this morning, so if you hear a sudden roaring sound, it's not a round of applause from outside, it's the rain. I'm going to crack on with the tune. I'm going to start with one of my own tunes, and it's a bit controversial this in that it's not one that I've put out on a recording before, so unless you've got my tune book Jiggery Pokerwork, you'll have to learn it in order to play it. But it's not a particularly difficult tune. It's called the Jumblies March, and I've always wanted to see what it sounded like in a session, and I've never played in one where everyone's learnt it, so it'd be amazing if you could add your parts to this tune and see what transpires. I always imagined it as being kind of like a processional piece of music that you could sort of do a walk, like a Morris processional sort of thing. Anyway, I'll crack on and play it. This is the Jumblies March. Thank you for that. If you're going to have a go at joining in with that one, I'd love to see how that sounds. So, how's everyone been doing this week? Okay. It's been. I know some of you have blamed me for the recent rain you've been having for having the foul weather call, but I mean, we did have a heat wave last week as well. So
we need the rain,
just normal, crazy English weather.
We need the rain.
Anyway, a few things to mention. First off being, it's actually an advert not for any of my things, which is unusual. It's that my mate Rob Harbron has brought out his own tune book, which I'm fascinated to see. I literally only came out yesterday. but it's called Meanders, and if you go and search for Rob Harbin's website, you can get his book of his tunes there, which is going to be a fantastic addition to canon of tunes that people can play in sessions and things. And so yeah, please check that out. Also next week, I'll remind you again that I'm doing a gig actually with another person, with Jackie Oates. We're still working on the exact details of how we're going to do it in a safe manner. If it doesn't rain, we might set up a little festival stage outside the shed in the garden and play outside. And that's going to be a live gig on Zoom, and it's with Folk Weekend Oxford. So if you get your tickets for that,
we'll do.
It's probably the most similar format to a regular gig that is happening on the internet at the moment, in that you buy a ticket, you get given a link to join the gig, and you can actually interact with us while we're doing it as well. We'll see your videos and there's applause and everything, so it's a really great way of doing it.
Awesome.
So that's the Folk Weekend Oxford website, and I'll put a link down below in the description. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with some music now.
More tunes.
Now, I thought this would be an interesting one to do. I'm thinking what jigs we could have a go at, and
Jigs, John.
this is the same tune twice, but in a different way. So the first way is a standard sort of Cayley dance tune called The New Rigged Ship, and for an album years ago with John Bowden, we decided to minorize it, which means to put a major tune into a minor key, and it turned out to be a really interesting different take on the tune. So they actually work quite well together as a set. So it's the New Rigged Ship into the minor rigged ship in G and E minor.
Just substitute all the chords.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, if you have as usual, for these isolation pub sessions, all you have to do is play along. You can play along in private if you like, but if you send a video in, I'm going to match them all up and try and put them into a big collage session. And so, yeah, tell your friends and get stuck in.
Thanks very much.
See you in the next
John.
one.
Fantastic.
Bye.
See you next time, John.